Hello everyone! Today we are going to visit quite big mining with heavy machinery and so on, so you'll have a closer look. This gentleman in the car is the son of the owner of that mining. His father is a millionaire for sure, probably even a billionaire. He owns very big mining, and almost every day they got new and quite big stones. For example, recently they have found Paparaja sapphire. It's the sapphire of a specific color, something between orange and pink. You must have seen them a lot in our Instagram profile and stories. Exactly that gemstone was sold for $15 million, and they find stones of such quality almost every week. I would also like to say a few words about special feature of Sri Lankan guys. It's their sense of time and punctuality. By the way, it can be said not only about Sri Lankan guys, but about all people who live near the sea or ocean. Especially if the sea or ocean are warm ones. In such kind of climate, people are usually very much relaxed. I think it's because generally they don't have any money problems. They don't have to struggle to survive, as the fruits are growing at all times. Therefore, there are no problems with food, no winter, therefore no need to think about warm clothes. As a result, they never bother to hurry or worry. So if you got an appointment with Sri Lankan, Thai, Madagascar or whatever guy, let's say about 7 o'clock in the morning, it means nothing actually. They can come in the afternoon or not come at all. And it's absolutely normal here, so you shall not get irritated by that or blame the person who ran late. For instance, today we departed at 7 o'clock, and this is 2 hours later than we were supposed to. If I would try to call them to argue or blame them for the delay, then after a few times of such scandals, they would just stop doing business with me, as I would be considered to be too nervous person. Sometimes I think that probably they're right. Maybe we should learn from them to be more tolerant and stress less. The same situation will be with any kinds of services. So if you have any electrician, plumber or internet provider promise to come Friday evening, by the matter of fact he could pop in front of your door, let's say Monday morning or the next Saturday. Maybe he'll not come at all, and this is okay. It's absolutely pointless to make any kind of arguing about that, as even in contracts you won't find any fines or other measures for such behavior, because everybody is constantly late, no matter if you're delivering the service or you're receiving it. So after all, everybody is late and happy. We'll arrive to the mining in a couple of hours, and then I will show you everything in details. This is the house of the local billionaire who owns the mining. I must say that even my house in Pattaya is much bigger. Here you can see very old minivan. The most expensive thing here so far is Toyota Land Cruiser. The logical question arises, what do they spend all their money on? Here it's not impolite to ask such questions directly, so I know the answer. Part of the money you're to pay for the education of children, as all of them study in prestigious universities in the USA or England, and the rest to buy land. I'll try to explain. If we take into consideration local climate, which is nice enough to spend most of time outside, then we will understand why there is no need in a big house with fancy furniture. As most of your time you'll spend here, for example in this chair. This idea might sound unusual for those who are used to a little bit less comfortable environment. However, it's the reality here. So as soon as they get another 3 million, they just buy another piece of land. Why? Because you can't manufacture new land, therefore it's a guaranteed good investment. This gentleman is the owner of the mining. Of course, there's some nice treats for the guest, meaning me. As you may see, you would never recognize the millionaire here by the outfit. Everything is wearing approximately the same t-shirts and trousers. You might find interesting something, actually. That guy who is the owner usually accepts customers right here, in his house. So if someone wants to buy something from him, they just come and visit, and he is mining and selling a lot. However, when I asked him if he used the internet, the answer was that he has no idea how to use it. Even his cell phone is just to make calls. So the initial price of his gemstones is not very much high. However, as he doesn't sell the gems directly to the customers, they go through the multi-layered system of reselling, causing the multiple increase in price. That's why I always buy gems from guys like him, avoiding the endless chain of dealers. We finally arrived. Such a picturesque view. I love local nature. The blooming beauty of valleys, mountains and forests. By the way, here for some reason the area always smells so sweet and nice. I noticed the same on Bali before. It feels like pleasantly heavy with incense aromas air. Now it's time to look at the mining itself. Here you can see the signs of previously made geologic investigation. It's when they dig just small test shafts. They got lucky, as the whole valley literally sits on gemstones. And that piece of land reaching the forest over there is also very promising from this perspective. As you may guess, these lands are bought already by him, just to prevent these attempts of neighbors. So we got very lucky again as usual, and I do believe that it's thanks to my tattoo. So we got lucky because all the workers are gone for a lunch, and they have enough time to talk about the process of mining in a quiet and peaceful atmosphere. Otherwise I would not be able to hear myself speaking, as the working process is very loud. Here we have an excavator. So this excavator digs out the material and throws it to that huge tank. The pump is sending the water to the same tank under very high pressure. And you won't love the sound of all that, I can tell you as much. So the water washes off clay, sand and big stones, and the rest falls down through the net. The size of the stones which are left are approximately like my fist. That procedure is repeated several times. Then once per 3-4 hours, they open the tank and just sort the rest manually. That's how it's done everywhere here. Actually, according to the law here in Sri Lanka, you're not allowed to use any heavy machinery to mine, as it affects the environment. However, in this case, first of all that is his personal land. Secondly, they don't touch the forest, so he's got the special license from the government to use the excavator and all that stuff. I was told that in the whole country only 6 people have permission. So it's considered that exactly on the spot it's okay to use machinery without causing any harm to nature. Let's have a closer look. Now I'm standing near that tank. In this pond the excavator digs out the ground. Then sends it all to this tank. And this is the hose for water, which I was telling you about earlier. The pump is over there. So the rocks are washed away under the high pressure through that hole. Here, as you may see, they're directed to the sorting mechanism, which in turn sends them over there. You see where the doggo is now. Once per several hours they open that smaller tank and sort manually. To sum up, I would say that even though here the nature isn't damaged badly, I still think that manual mining looks way better. It takes much more time, of course, but I built it worth of it if we consider the long-term perspective in terms of environmental and ecology. We will go to the manual mining soon. Now we are exhausted, but still absolutely happy. So tomorrow I'll be choosing the gems for your orders, which are coming constantly, especially while I'm here in Sri Lanka. So tomorrow there will be no new content, but in a few days we'll investigate the traditional heating of gems, which turns pale, white or grey stones into bright, deep blue precious gems. And we will also try to find the legal river mining. I've told before that it's very important, as when the spot for mining is approved, it means there will be no harm to the ecosystem, as it doesn't cause the change of the river course. So we'll try to find one of those and dive there together with local workers. I also plan to make some videos about local markets full of crooks. And yes, there will be one juicy story about local scam system. So stay in touch, take care.